Welcome to the Multilingual Islamic Affairs channel. Today we're embarking on a profound deep dive. We're looking into a foundational Islamic principle, one that beautifully refines character, promotes those noble manners we all strive for, and, well, it really serves as a cornerstone. A cornerstone for preserving our societies, our homes, and the very fabric of our relationships. It's actually one of the magnificent counsels given by our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And that counsel is simply, do not get angry. Or in Arabic, la taktab.
Exactly. And la takthab, it sounds simple, but it's far more than just telling someone to calm down. It's a crucial, I'd say indispensable means for maintaining the cohesion of all our relationships, our connection with Allah, with our families, with everyone around us, really. So in this deep dive, we'll unpack its profound meaning, look at the wisdom behind it, and importantly, reveal the practical benefits it holds for you.
Okay, so to really get a feel for the weight of this advice, let's look at an account from Abu Hurairah. May Allah be pleased with him. He narrated that a man came to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, looking for advice. Just some comprehensive guidance. You can almost picture him, right? Maybe feeling a bit overwhelmed, seeking that one key principle. And the Prophet's response, he said repeatedly with emphasis, do not get angry. Once, then again, at a third time, each time just reinforcing its importance. Such a powerful exchange, recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari.
And that repetition, it speaks volumes, doesn't it? The sheer weight conveyed by repeating it like that. It's direct, simple, yet incredibly powerful. It wasn't just a casual remark. It was firm foundational instruction, likely for that specific individual's needs. And this resonates, with other guidance from the Prophet, peace be upon him, about anger. Like his clear directive, if one of you gets angry, let him be silent.
Silence. That's interesting. Why silence specifically?
Well, the wisdom there is multifaceted. Silence immediately stops the verbal escalation, doesn't it? Anger often feeds on words. It creates that crucial pause, a moment for reflection, letting the initial heat just dissipate. And perhaps most importantly, it prevents you from saying things you can't take back, things that cause lasting regret. And beyond silence, there are other practical steps recommended too.
Like what?
Things like changing your posture if you're standing, sit down, if sitting, lie down, performing wudu, ablution to cool down physically and spiritually, remembering Allah, seeking refuge in him from shaitan, because anger is often seen as, an instigation from him. These aren't just suggestions, they're actionable techniques to regain control.
Right, practical tools. Which leads to a really interesting question. Why did the Prophet, peace be upon him, specifically tell this man, do not get angry? We know he gave different advice to others at different times. What does that tell us?
That really highlights the Prophet's ultimate wisdom, peace be upon him. His counsel wasn't generic. It was always tailored precisely to the individual, to their specific condition, their need at that moment. It was a perfect fit for the questioner's state, his predominant weakness, perhaps.
Can you give some examples of how that worked?
Sure. Think about it. If someone came who was known for being impatient, always rushing, the advice would likely be to abandon haste, cultivate patience. If someone, like the man in this story, was prone to anger, the advice is specific. Work on forbearance, abandon anger. Or imagine someone acquiring wealth unlawfully. What would the advice be?
To stop, obviously. And fear Allah in their earnings, taqwa.
Exactly, abandon it and observe taqwa. Or someone having trouble getting along with people. The advice would be about mending relations. If someone was negligent in their duties to Allah, the focus would be on rectifying that core relationship.
So it's not like taqwa, the fear of Allah isn't important for everyone. It is. But the specific application or emphasis changes based on the person.
Precisely. Taqwa is universal, it's encompassing, every Muslim needs it, it gathers all meanings of piety. But the Prophet's detailed advice, the specific prescription, was always precise and appropriate for that individual circumstances. That's truly wise guidance. It wouldn't make sense, would it, to give everyone the exact same medicine regardless of their ailment. He, peace be upon him, differentiated, offering the right remedy for the specific issue.
That distinction is incredibly helpful. It really clarifies things. Now let's dig a bit deeper into why anger itself needed such direct, repeated counsel. What actually happens when someone is consumed by anger? What makes it so critical to address?
Well, when anger takes hold, it genuinely transforms a person, even if just temporarily. You tend to say things, do things that are completely unfitting, often destructive. You can see it physically, behaviorally. Strange movements, agitation, just a general disturbance, actions that are out of character. The person enters this unsatisfactory state. They lose composure, lose reason, judgment is compromised.
So the advice, don't get angry, is almost like a preventative measure.
Exactly. It prevents that whole cascade of negative consequences. There's a profound insight mentioned in some narrations from those who heard this advice. They reflected on it and realized anger gathers all evil.
Anger gathers all evil. Wow. It's
Yeah.
quite a statement. It's not just a minor flaw then.
Not at all. Think about the damage. Unchecked anger can destroy relationships in moments. In marriages, it leads to lost empathy, harsh words, maybe even impulsive decisions like divorce professionally. An outburst can ruin a reputation. Online, impulsive rants can have severe backlash, and at its worst, it can escalate to physical harm. Spiritually, too, it's seen as connected to pride, to ego. It's an opening for Shaitan's whispers. It makes remembering Allah difficult, obscures wisdom, and almost always leads to that bitter regret.
That phrase really hits hard. Gathers all evil. It underscores just how pervasive its destructive potential is. And it makes me think of the opposite, the Islamic principle of gentleness, rifq. There's that authentic hadith. If Allah intends good for a household, he introduces gentleness into everything for them. Gentleness seems like the perfect antidote, doesn't it? The calm water on the fire of anger.
Absolutely. It's the antithesis. Gentleness allows for clear thought, respect, compassion, everything anger destroys.
So bringing this down to a practical level for you listening right now, how should someone actually respond when they feel that anger starting to rise based on this counsel? What are the steps?
The most crucial point, the absolute key, is this. You should not rush to make decisions or handle things while you're angry. Don't react in the heat of the moment. Actions taken then are almost always futile, ineffective, they backfire. Decisions made in anger really are like stray arrows, as some scholars describe them. They miss the mark, cause unintended harm to yourself, to others, and rarely achieve anything positive. Usually they just create more problems.
So what's the alternative? Just freeze?
No, not freeze, but postpone. Actively postpone any decisions, any major conversations, any planning until the anger is genuinely subsided, until you're back to a normal, sound state of mind. Let the emotional storm pass completely. Once you are calm, collected, balanced, then you can make a sound judgment, one that aligns with your values, with wisdom, and for really big things like marriage issues, divorce, major life choices, it's highly recommended, even essential, to seek consultation. Talk to wise, trusted people. And perform istikhara, that prayer seeking guidance directly from Allah. But do this while you are calm and composed, not when you're still upset. Seeking divine guidance requires a clear heart and mind.
That's such a critical point to absorb. Think about it.
Yeah.
Even when we're perfectly calm and balanced, we still make mistakes.
Right.
We're human. So imagine how much more flawed, how erratic our judgment becomes when we're agitated, emotionally disturbed, consumed by anger. That immediate feeling, that temporary satisfaction or tashafi, maybe getting back at someone. It feels powerful in the moment, but it's so fleeting. Experience teaches us again and again that it almost always leads to deep, lasting regret.
Exactly right. That impulsive satisfaction vanishes quickly. And what's left? Regret. Regret either because you didn't achieve what you wanted in your anger, or more often regret for going too far, damaging relationships beyond repair, losing your own rights, crossing lines you shouldn't have. That's not what a rational person wants in the long run. So knowing we can err even when calm, it becomes absolutely imperative to wait until we're back in a sound state before acting or deciding. And actively working on forbearance, patience, self-control. These are the muscles you build to counter anger. They make you stronger, more resilient.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit now. We've talked about the individual impact. But imagine the collective effect if more people, if society as a whole, really applied this wisdom. Do not get angry. What kind of societal problems, the things we see around us every day, could be lessened or even avoided?
Oh, the impact would be tremendous, truly transformative. If people consistently follow this counsel, think about it, it could prevent so much of the divorce we see today. So often it stems from rash, angry words and decisions. It could stop the breaking of family ties, those disputes fueled by rage and resentment that fester for years. It could head off countless conflicts between neighbors, colleagues, you name it. So many problems in homes, on the streets, just between people everywhere could be smoothed over or avoided altogether.
It's like a ripple effect, starting with controlling that initial spark of anger.
Precisely. This simple advice is a direct path to greater harmony. A truly wise person, someone with foresight, understands that acting on momentary satisfaction, on vengeance, it's short-sighted. Those impulsive actions are fleeting, but the regret can be profound and long-lasting. Regret for not achieving enough, or more tragically, regret for causing irreversible harm, losing rights, crossing ethical boundaries. Embracing this prophetic wisdom means choosing actions rooted in careful thought and wisdom, not just raw, fleeting emotion.
That's incredibly powerful. It really shows that controlling anger isn't just about personal peace of mind, though that's huge. It's a direct pathway to building more cohesive, more peaceful, more just communities. It reflects the practical beauty and deep wisdom of Islam in action. So we've explored this profound wisdom wrapped up in that simple counsel, taghab, do not get angry, from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It really is a powerful key for personal tranquility, for stronger relationships, and ultimately for a more harmonious society.
And for you, listening, perhaps the final thought is this. Consider the immense peace and clarity that comes from that simple practice. The practice of pausing, of postponing action until your mind is calm and clear. This discipline, it's a safeguard. It protects you from the regret that so often follows impulsive, angry decisions. It's truly a path towards more beneficial, more lasting, positive outcomes in every part of your life. It turns those potential moments of conflict into opportunities for wisdom.
And I ask Allah to benefit us and you by what we have heard, and to make us among those who are guided and who guide others. And may Allah's peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad, his family, and his companions.